Hi, I'm Nicholas Brown, and let down about certain things that goes on within our community, but with most poorer communities actually, or what have you. It's not necessarily just a black thing, but one of the things besides the drugs and the killings and the crimes is men not being there, and not all men. It's just the ones that get promoted more in the media and things of that nature. That, I mean, the way I see it, if we eliminate that part of what's wrong, we slow down on that, then the stereotype, the the repeat message that this is what these people do, that message right there, that image or what have you, will dissipate.
When I was a kid, my only real father figure was Furious Styles. Furious was a character from the hood movie classic Boyz in the Hood. Back when Larry Fishburne wasn't known as Lawrence, he was Furious. Furious was the only father in the movie, but commanded respect. He was knowledgeable, and when he spoke, people listened. He's the one man I want to emulate in terms of being a father when my time comes. I grew up in Liberty City and Carroll City, two towns where a decent father was a luxury. When I was 4, my mom dated Clifford, an ex-infantryman who saved his pay stipends and opened a car wash in Liberty City in the 1970s. Clifford was a large, root beer brown man with a Santa Claus-like body, and a beard that matched his size. He smelled like mentholated cigarettes and Polo cologne. Clifford took us to the movies and the Dade County Fair. We even went to Busch Gardens when I was 7. We took photos, which made us look like a fake-ass nuclear family. We'd hang at his house, which was way cool due to his huge collection of cartoon movies. You name it, Clifford had it. Mighty Mouse, Popeye, Superman, Batman, The Flash, Spider-Man, and even X-Men. He only stayed around until I was 8, but for a while, Cliffy Baby was the man. After Clifford, my mom started talking to Tony, my sister's father. Tony was a Jamaican coke dealer who looked like Louis Farrakhan. I like Tony because he always gave me 20 and 100 and even $100 bills. It made me feel like a mini stripper. But I thought about all I could get from the ice cream truck and took the money. My brother and I weren't his kids, but we were always welcome at his house to chill, eat, and watch movies on his mega big screen TV. Tony was in the picture for about 4 years. Then in 1999, he got sent to federal prison. These two men were good in their own ways. They were nice to my mother, thus cool in my book, but they weren't my dad. My dad left when I was 1. I have a picture of him where he's leaning against the wall. He's from the Bahamas with an Africanized skin tan, but native tonal features. All I know about my dad is that he didn't come after us when we moved to Miami. I could have used the dad walking to school when we stayed in Liberty City and walked by men selling whatever product. I could have used the dad to have someone to talk to about why girls came at me with harsh words like African booty scratcher and oil streak. Hurtful moments like this made me lean toward being a player in life. Having one-night stands and kicking the women out with a smile became second nature. Pimps and Macs, drug dealers and goons were substitute father figures in the poorer sides of towns. Our perceptions of their success made us think that's how you got money, power, and respect, and I wasn't any different. Though I managed to stay out of the graveyards, prison, and jail cells that housed those I grew up with, there were moments in my life where I was one phone call or one road trip away from being in a bad situation. I could have used a dad to teach me to drive. Me and my boys learned to drive on our own when I was 13. We stole the keys out of my grandma's top drawer and used the screwdriver to wedge the door open on my uncle's old Datsun. We never got out of second gear, but we thought we were cool. I would have loved to have my dad there to see me graduate from high school. And just this August, it would have been nice to show off to my dad when I graduated college. Since before I was born, my mom and grandma worked, so my siblings and I figured out the major things out ourselves. Stuff like the birds and the bees and how to keep 3 dudes from jumping you. The rest I learned from Furious. He exuded confidence and imparted knowledge upon his son Trey, and through the TV, he taught me. Furious taught me about safe sex, how any fool can have a baby, but a real man is a father. He taught me how to be responsible. Added awesomeness came when he unloaded his .357 Magnum at a man who broke into his home. I don't say that because I like violence. That scene actually showed me to never purposely inflict harm on anyone. But if I must bust my gun to keep a motherfucker out of my house and my family safe, then pray for the fool who comes to my house unannounced. Furious was of the ghetto, but never let it corrupt his moral compass. Furious gave me someone to look up to. He made me want to break the cycle of black males not being fathers. My brother is breaking the cycle with my niece. My uncles and older cousins are breaking their cycles as well. I don't have any children yet, but thanks to these men and to Furious, I will fulfill my own pledges. I pledge to take my kid to school from day 1 until I'm told, that's not cool, Dad. I pledge to see the first steps, birthdays, and of course, graduations. I pledge that I will teach my child how to drive. I pledge to teach my young to be better than I was. I always heard that mother is the first teacher and father is the first hero. I want to be a hero.